Good evening. Minimalist Chef here. My wife asked if I wanted to go out to dinner tonight. As I was researching restaurants, I came up with a couple choices. I came back down and lo and behold, we found a recipe in this book by Joel Fuhrman, Eat to Live. It's called Spicy Thai Braised Kale and Tofu. It has 12 ingredients. And keep in mind, when we look at a recipe, it's merely a suggestion. So we substitute as necessary and we follow what we can. So this has 12 ingredients. It's got tofu. We're going to chop up some onion. Fresh ginger will be grated. We have a small jalapeno. This came right out of the garden. Hay just went and picked this out of the garden. Chili powder. Unsalted peanut butter. A seasoning blend. Now this is a special seasoning blend. It's kind of a secret recipe that Hay has. The ingredients come out of the garden. Now if I tell you what the ingredients are, you've got to keep it a secret. But we had fresh basil, parsley, oregano, and rosemary out of the garden. She dried it and put it in this container right here. 1 bunch kale. Now this also just came right out of the garden. Fresh lime juice and 4 scallions thinly sliced. Well, since we don't have scallions in the garden, we have some chives. Okay, next I want to show you a few techniques of the trade. I've got half an onion, which I figure will make 1 cup. And I take it, it's supposed to be chopped into small pieces. So I take it like this. Chop it up, and then I go through and chop it into small pieces. And then that'll all go in this large pot over here with just a little bit of water so we can water saute it. Okay, there's the onion. Next we'll do the ginger. We need a couple tablespoons of ginger. And I have this tool, it's a fine ginger grater, is what I'm going to call it. I grate it here on the table first. And I don't know how much 2 tablespoons is exactly, but I'm going to just do that chunk of ginger right there. And cut it up. I'm going to call that 2 tablespoons. And then we have 1 fresh jalapeno, and it's going to be seeded and minced. Now keep in mind, the recipe is just a suggestion. So when I seed this, I'm actually just going to leave the seeds in it, which means I've kind of modified it to my liking. And plus, if you leave the seeds in, generally that's the hottest part. So that's what I like to do, leave the seeds in. And there we have it. As you can see, we have the jalapeno, finely minced. Okay, we're back. This is ready to go now. We're going to add the tofu. Mix it up, and we're going to let it simmer for just a couple minutes. Well, we're not going to let it simmer as long as the recipe called for. We're just going to make sure that it warms up nicely. And while it's warming up, we're going to squirt our teaspoon of lime juice on there. I have this handy tool that works great as a juicer. And finally our chives will go on there. And remember, that was a substitute for the scallions. If you'd like to come in here for a close-up, you can see what the final product looks like. This is our spicy Thai braised kale and tofu. Background here at our home, and we decided to have dinner on the deck this evening.
We would prefer if you had just the apron on.
That's our neighbor, Greg. Here's our presentation for the meal this evening.